Welcome in. We've made it to week 5. Game's already underway. We have the Vikings taking on the Jets. Very interesting to see how that turns out. It's been a bath and no surprise here, but Vikings are winning. Their defense looks good. Really helps them. Sauce also getting injured could be a potential help, but very interested to see how this ends up working out, especially with Rodgers now being beat up. A lot of opportunity. Just saw that CEH is out, so that actually moves Hunt up quite a bit. Singletary still doubtful, not officially out yet, but if he is out, I do like Tracy more. But if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. Ask your questions. It's literally the whole point I'm here. But until then, we'll start with questions. All right, batch 82. Let's see. Jacobs, Connor, McLaughlin. Oh, no, McLaurin. Ooh. Or Higgins in the flex spot. It's full PPR. I think your safest bet here is actually Higgins. I like McLaurin a little bit, but I want to see it again with Jaden Daniels and actually having to throw. So until that happens, I'm kind of staying away from the best I can. So rolling out Higgins for your flex here. I'd prefer a different pivot if that's possible, but it kind of doesn't seem like that would be an option. So I'm going to say no, but that's brutal. Show. All right. McBride or Komet? Going to go Komet. McBride looks like he's more up in the air right now. And just makes me too nervous. Double check to make sure he's not out, but pretty sure he's not. Komet and Allen, I think, are really what helps boost this team up this week. Hill's out. Oh, looks like he's still questionable. If you want a better pivot, I'd actually go Jawan Johnson. Chiefs have actually been giving up quite a bit of points to their tight end. And with Hill out, gives a lot of opportunities for him. So, good luck, show. RPC, Josh Jacobs or James Conner. Woof. That's a good one. Let's see. Do I trust the back? It's probably Jacobs. Just because Connor's kind of been struggling and the 49ers are pretty decent. So I'm going to go Jacobs here. I think he has a full job too. All right, Joe, let's see. Ramondre or Gibson. Yeah, honestly, it's really a toss-up. Since Gibson's starting, I'm going to lean that way. But I do think they both end up with a pretty solid day. Just because I think that's what the Patriots are going to have to lean on if they want to win. All right, Nibs. Robinson or Sermon? I have Sermon ranked higher just because of the matchup, and I do think he sees a majority of touches. It's also full PPR, which also helps him. Eckler being back kind of hinders Robinson's upside, so I'm going to roll Sermon for the upside there for you. And then Hill, Odunze, or Stevenson. I think, again, I take the points here and go with Stevenson. Odunze's been really up and down, and Hill has – I mean, there's always a potential there, but that offense looks like it's really struggling, and I can't trust it in this matchup yet. I have to see it. Eggs. Welcome. Xavier Legette or Justice Hill. Oh, it's Legette. The matchup form is just so solid here. I really think there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of upside. I do like Hill, but I just think Legette gives you more upside. Shane, always appreciate you popping in. Me too. Olave, Johnson, Brian Thomas. It's going to be Brian Thomas and Olave. I think Johnson has a really tough matchup actually against a corner here. And again, I'm just nervous that he's not fully healthy and he's going out as a decoy more than anything else. AW, Ford or Sermon? It's going to be Ford. Again, the full job, a great matchup. I like Sermon, but I'd much rather go with the team that I trust right now. And while Flacco should have a lot of opportunity for Sermon, I'm still going to roll Ford. Least loved. All right, that's a new one. Welcome in. Stevenson, Gibson, or Allen. It's probably going to be Allen because it's PPR, but honestly, if you want to play it safe and go Gibson, I wouldn't blame you. Again, Neil and I talked about it on Wednesday, which is that show. But it's just the upsides there to get this game started. I think Allen sees a lot of targets, and I think it helps the whole team. But want to play it safe? It's definitely going to be Gibson for you. Dylan, welcome. Sermon or over Madison or Ford? I'd probably go over Madison just because I don't really trust the Raiders, but especially against the Broncos, who just held Breece Hall to like under 7 yards, I think they said. And yeah, that's just brutal. So that's how I'd go. I'd go Sermon over Madison. Hey, DJ, please. What's up, man? All right. 0-4. Oh, no. Had Baker. Okay. Ooh. Looks like you might come out on top here. It's PPR. I have to see Swift, man. It was 1 week. I can't trust it. I'm going to stay away from it and go Hubbard. The PPR helps here too. And I continue to have to trust him. He keeps putting up solid weeks for you. Good morning, Ruben. Whew. Got lucky. All right. Flacco is now the quarterback. So I'm going to go Downs and then I'm going to go Sermon. Should help with both those and you should be pretty set up. Bud, welcome back. Higgins or Pickens? Oh my gosh. I like both of them a lot this week, but I think let me double check here. Pretty sure the Steelers, but yeah, the Cowboys. I think I'm still going to go Pickens just because I think there's more upside potential. Higgins is going to get used a lot, so it's really close for me. I have him back to back in my rankings. And then it's going to be I have Love ranked higher right now just because that offense is really going to move with him. It's continued to have a lot of success. So keep it rolling. All right, DJ, please. Let's see. Stay with the flex or flex number over McLaurin. I mean, McLaurin's been fine, but if you want to play it safe, I'd definitely play Hubbard. Again, just take the points that are there. Especially in PPR. If you're already playing Hubbard because that was the choice from earlier, I'd probably keep McLaurin in. Again, I just can't trust Swift. It makes me too nervous, so I just can't bring myself to do it. Jay, welcome. Hunt, Stevenson, or Moss, pick 2. Now that CEH is out, it's going to be Hunt and Stevenson. I hate the matchup for Moss. I thought for sure CEH was going to come in and get a start, but everything has him as out, so rolling away from it. All right, Hollywood. Oh, man. Talk about that's been a minute. I haven't watched wrestling in a while, but all right. Sermon or Madison, it's going to be Sermon. And roll the dice to play Stevenson and Gibson. I'm honestly fine playing them both. I do think they both have a solid week. It's a good matchup for them. If they actually just can establish the run, they're going to both have a really good week. And so I'm not too worried about it. I'm most worried about Madison here. Dr. G, welcome. All right, McLaurin, Moore, Echan, or Harris need a wide receiver and a flex. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming this is full PPR. So I'm going to take Harris and Moore, but it is much closer with McLaurin just because I like the spark, but I have to get to trust it a little more. Like I said, I think Allen helps this offense this week and the Bears start rolling. Sean, welcome. Big trouble. PPR. Yeah, everybody has loads of injuries. 1, 2. So you need 4 with 2 out. Okay. Going to go Higgins, Moore, Chuba, and it's so close. Again, I wish I could trust Etienne. So I'm gonna go Johnson here, but it's so close. I wouldn't blame you either way on those two. Yeah, that's where you get in trouble is that flex. So I'm probably gonna go Johnson because it's PPR, but I don't like it. All right, Shane. Oh, get the guy who has a full job. It's Ford. It's a good matchup for him. I can't do anything else. All right, Brady. Lee. Not welcome. Adunze Flowers or Tucker. Nervous. I would have had said Flowers, but after last week and that whole debacle, which I think could happen again this week, I'm going to go Tucker just because there's the most upside. Adunze's been nursing an injury, so I'm kind of staying away from that best I can. And with Surtain likely covering Myers for most of the game, it's easier for me to go with Tucker here. Lincoln, welcome. Eckler, Stevenson. I think Stevenson has more upside, but Eckler is much safer. So I'd roll out Eckler in this game. Should see he's been hitting double-digit fantasy points every week. So minus a week he got a concussion, or was out. Should be pretty solid either way, though. Weather concern starting Flacco. I mean, a little bit, but I wouldn't be. Most teams are used to playing in the rain, so if it was something more serious like a heavy wind, I'd be more willing to get away from it. But at the same point, if you want to play it safe, I'm completely fine rolling out Fields. I think there's a lot of upside potential there. That Cowboys D is really struggling, and I think that gives you a lot of opportunity. And I'm completely staying away from Watson until he shows me something. Oh, no. Oh, pick 3. Wandale, Wicks, Waddle, Moore, Johnson, or Kirk. Okay, so it's PPR. I'm going to go Robinson for sure and Wicks for sure, and probably Moore, I think. And I'll just wrap up all 3 and hope for the best. Johnson dealing with injury. Kirk has a tough matchup. And then, again, it's a Dolphin. So, all right, man. Let's see. Leggett, Myers, or Sutton. It's Leggett again. Sutton's close just because of the fact that I do think they'll throw some, but it's not enough to get me away from Leggett. Morning, Bronx. With Dobbs out. Yeah, I would say so. It's not just Dobbs. It's also Watson being out. Both of them being out makes that offense need to roll, and Wicks has been pretty much a solid go-to outside of Reed and has actually looked better than both of them currently. And Dobbs having – I'd be mad too. I think they're part of the reason he's in trouble is the fact that they're not throwing him the ball, but he's running all these routes. So definitely frustrating. Wicks or Pickens? It's going to be Wicks. But honestly, I don't think you can go wrong here. Steelers like to keep it a lower scoring game. Only benefit. All right, Dan. Oh, it's Kelsey. With Rice out, Kelsey's about to feast. It should be the week he finally scores a touchdown. All right, Peter, Ayuk or JSN? I know this. Everybody's scared of Ayuk, but this week I'm actually really scared of JSN. We saw what could kind of happen last week with Walker completely dominating. However, I do think this week Ayuk has had a 50%. I mean, good game against. Sorry, guys. I can't even remember who it was. Cardinals. So he's either gone over like 18 points or been at 8. So I think Ayuk has more upside, and I just trust that offense a little more. All right, Dan. Let's see here. JSN, Robinson, Eckler, Wick, Shaheed, McLaurin, or cut one for Summery. If I was going to cut one, it'd be Shaheed, but I'm fine going with Wicks and Robinson. I would say Eckler because I think it's a lot more stable, but you see it in the Discord. I'm a little nervous that Robinson is just so limited by Eckler. It's a good matchup for him. So really depends on what you're looking for. Burrow's going up against the Ravens, so I'd rather go Purdy. I don't really love either, but I'm definitely going to go Purdy of those two options just because Ravens have actually looked really good recently on defense. I mean, it's all just defense. I think is pretty streamable, and I don't love the matchup for him like you touched on. So I would much rather play the Pats. I think that matchup's a lot better. Also, the fact that they've just Dolphins haven't done anything, so and the Pats have actually been a pretty solid defense. I know it sucks, but a defense is just a defense. There's 32 of them, and any given week you can get lucky. Say you're welcome. Maybe a silly question for non-PPR. It's not, but I do understand it. I'm probably going to go Moss just because it is non-PPR, but Johnson has looked good. I just am nervous about the injury. M. Gonzalez, welcome back. Start Daniels for Love. It's going to be Love, a lot more upside potential. And like I said, I like Daniels. He's been on a heater, but I think Love being back offers a lot more upside. All right, Redbeard. Ooh, Walker or DK. Again, I'm more nervous. DK is probably fine because he's going to likely have a big catch, so it'll help. But it's hard to get away from Walker after seeing what he just did against a really good run defense. And it's the Giants. I'm more worried about them running away with it for the Seahawks. So, yeah, I'm going to go Walker. Completely understand that question, though. T-Air, welcome. Wandale or Javante? It's close, just because I'm still unsure of the Denver backfield. I love the matchup for Williams, but the split with McLaughlin and everybody else in that backfield makes me more nervous. I think Wandale, is probably pretty safe to see 15 to 20 targets. So I'm going to go with Wandale. Won't be worth any yards, but you'll get the point. All right, Dan. Pickens or Pittman? With it being Flacco, I'm going to go Pittman. Yeah, I have in my head. All right, Joseph. Ayuk or Pittman Jr.? Oh, it's Pittman. And 2 PPR? Yeah, for sure. Ayuk is just not seeing a whole lot of targets. I do expect him to have a much better game than previous weeks, but the rest of it is still just so iffy. Morning, Tony. Welcome back. Brian Thomas or Wicks? Wicks is a safer play. I think he has a lot of volume, which helps. I do like Brian Thomas's matchup a lot. So, yeah, that's brutal. That's a rough start. So honestly, if you're swinging for the fence, I might go Brian Thomas over DJ Moore, but that's really risky. I think I just stick with Moore, Olave, and Wicks and hope for the best. Should be a lot of targets, so you should be okay. All right, Anthony. It's going to be rainy. So there's going to be some slipping. Could really help either of them, but I think Pittman actually helps just because of the big play ability and him able to get loose. If you are worried about it, yeah, I'm fine putting in Wicks. Again, both. I think Wicks has more volume probably because Packers don't have a defense. So, granted, neither do the Colts, but I would expect the Jags to try and slow this game down. Honestly, both teams are going to try to, but it's also divisional, which I don't love. Those games always go so crazy. All right, DJ. Let's see. 2 QB, flex start. Moss, 1 Hunt, 1 Dale. Starters are Mason, Hubbard, London, Olave. Man, it's so close. Wandale is just such a safe play here, because of the fact that, again, he's going to see the targets. And okay, if he gets over 100 yards, I'll be amazed. But I would expect him to get anywhere from 8 to 11 receptions. So that already puts you at a pretty solid number, not including whatever yards he adds on top of it. I mean, of course, he could get injured, which also would be very much Wandale. So if you're worried about that, I'd go to Hunt. Tamara, welcome back. All right, I want to play Stevenson in 2 legs. One is a super deep. Honestly, I would just play Stevenson this week. I'm not too worried about him. Like I said, I think that the Patriots can easily win this game, and I would expect that. Just because Gibson is starting doesn't mean he has the full job. And so I do expect Stevenson to still see a lot of usage. I'm not too worried about it. It's frustrating, but Davis. Yeah, no. Maybe Davis, but again, I don't love the matchup. I mean, I was worried about Cook. I think Cooks is going to be fine, but yeah, it's still iffy. I still go Flacco. I think he offers a lot more upside. Again, Trevor's been struggling. And I think Flacco does what he normally does and really gives a boost to this offense. It's crazy to say for as old as he is. Ishmael, welcome. Scary Terry or Josh Downs. Ooh. And it's in PPR, it's Downs. In half or standard, I'm probably going to go Terry just because he's more likely to have that big play. All right, Xavier. What about Daniels or Murray? It's still that one's going to be Daniels. Murray has one good week that is really boosting him up, and he was my set of the week this week versus the 49ers. Just makes me nervous. All right, Adam. Wandale or Cooper. Again, depends on what you need. I think Cooper is going to be fine. I do expect Wandale to beat him out, but it's just you have to hope Watson can do something and get it to Cooper. So I have Cooper higher, but it's so risky with how he's played recently. So it's probably Cooper, but if you want to be safe and you're looking like you're going to win, play Wandale. All right, Tyler. Brian Robinson or Etienne? It's close. Again, they're splitting, which is frustrating. So I'm probably going to go Robinson. Man, it's so tough. I just wish I trust the Jags. Like, them splitting, this is an ideal matchup. Like, they should have the opportunity. Just because of the injury, I think I'm going to go Etienne, actually. I'm going to roll out Travis and hope for the best. But, man, it's risky. Really don't like how it makes me feel. Needing to shower after this. All right, Dan. Nervous. I'm terrified of him. I do think the matchup is solid, but until I see something, I'm very much staying away from it the best I can. Yeah, I just said HN there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Dan. I just said HN and work with Connor and Pickens. Don't love Connor matchup, but PPR is going to be fine. All right, Chris. Stevenson, Gibson, Whittington, or Trey Tucker. PPR, I'm going to actually go Whittington here. Just so much upside. Loved how he's being used. And again, a game that I think is one of the higher scoring ones of the week. I have to roll him out and hope for the best. All right, TJ. Let's see here. Worthy, Flowers, JSN, or Shaheed. Man, that's tough. Probably going to go JSN, but it's him and Flowers are in the same boat, but I think JSN has slightly more upside potential. So I'm going to roll him out there. That's rough. Hey, Joseph. Half hurt. Oh, so he's on bye. So you need Flacco or Watson. Yeah, play Flacco. Got to see something from Watson. It's just so risky. Not worth it. Brian C. Is that a busted Chargers logo? I'm right there with you. All right. Brian Thomas Jr. or Zay Flowers. I'm not. I'm going to play Brian Thomas here. Again, more worried that Henry and Hill steal the show again, which we saw happen so easily last week. Sorry, guys. AW, Wandale Robinson or Wicks. It's Wicks. Just again, trust that offense a little more. And am nervous that, Wandale's going to be fine, but. Preston, welcome. Choose two. Moss, Akers, Hunt, Sermon, Tracy. I'm going to go with full PPR. I'm probably going to go with Hunt and Sermon, but Tracy is right there. I love how explosive he looks, and he's more likely going to score a touchdown, which helps him. And then full PPR, Moss, Jennings, Downs. It's Downs with Flacco. Makes it too easy. Moss has a tough matchup, and then Jennings is too deep on the depth chart. Man, I just can't get this out of my throat. Sorry, guys. Dr. G, got to help. We're trying. Okay, who's the best? Stevenson, Hill, or Tracy? It's probably Tracy, just because he should have the full job with Singletary dealing with injury. I don't love the matchup, but since half point, I do expect him to touch the ball more than the other options. It's close with Stevenson. But yeah, that's brutal. Glad he got Tracy though. Hey, Renee, welcome. All right, 1 week stream. Tila, Flacco, Nix, Caleb Carr. Ooh, again, really depends on what you're looking for here. I think your safest play is going to be Flacco, with the most upside actually being Carr. Carr has a pretty strong history against just somehow being able to go off against the Chiefs. Again, if you also want to play risky, I'm fine rolling out Caleb here as well. It's a good matchup for him. They have to establish that passing game, and I think he gets a lot of benefit of playing the Panthers. My only worry, again, is that they're able to run the ball, but have to see it first. So definitely I'm going to go Carr just because I think it's a safe play. Okay, Frank Rod. Wait for McBride to be cleared. He plays at 3. I honestly don't like either of these options. McBride got lucky. His one big week, and Komet, I think, is probably a little safer just because I think him and Allen switch out. If you're looking for a streamer, again, I'm going to bring it up. Chiefs are horrible against tight ends. Jawan Johnson, widely available. I would be heading that way if you can. Oh, Anthony, why'd you leave? Okay. Wicks or Pittman today? Don't think you go wrong. And always happy to help, but I think Wicks offers more upside. Honestly, again, don't think you go wrong. I think Pittman's significantly safer, but the upside for Wicks is just crazy. Like I said, I think that's going to be my higher scoring game that week. Okay, Renee. Diggs or Higgins? Going to go Higgins. I have him significantly higher this week. Again, don't think you go wrong, but that offense is going to probably focus on Chase, and so I think Higgins offers a little more upside, and Diggs is going to be fine. It's crazy. Woo! We're only 30 minutes away. We're getting there. Anybody have the score for the game? Wandale or Josh Downs? It's going to be Downs just because, again, the upside's there. Robinson's going to be fine. Again, it's so risky because he's pretty much the only option. And so that terrifies me for a player. Wando has done it in the past. It's just really hit or miss, and more worried that he's going to be injured before too long. So rolling out downs. Hubbard or Akers. It's going to be Hubbard. Akers just isn't using the passing game, and I think that really benefits Hubbard. They don't really use the tight end, which I also think benefits Hubbard. So rolling him out there. Okay, Zach. Wandale, Ford, or JSN? It's between Robinson and Ford here. I'm probably going to go Ford because I think it's a lot safer, but completely understand if you want to go Robinson. Again, upside's definitely there. It's just risky for me. All right, TJ. Ayuk, Flower, Smith, and Jigba. Yeah, yes and no. I think Ayuk is the answer here. Again, he has a 50% upside chance. Like I said, against I've already forgotten again. The Cardinals, he has big games. And so one game he had 2 touchdowns, one game he went for 8 and over 138 yards. Like, it's really hit or miss. And so I'd much rather trust him this week over Flowers, who just got you 2, and this game script looks similar. And JSN, who's probably, I mean, you're hoping for double digits, but this week again looks like they can roll with Walker. All right, Brandon, Shaheed or Worthy? Ooh. It's tough. I do think Shaheed, just because I trust him a little more. And Carr, Mahomes, I mean, I expect them to do something else with Worthy, but until I see it, I just can't trust it. So go and go Shaheed for now. Sorry. Renee, it's my pleasure. It's the whole point. Brian, Akers or Madison. Man, if it's PPR, Madison, but otherwise you have to go Akers. Madison is just, that matchup is brutal. It's like the only thing holding him back is that he's going to struggle. All right. Yeah, it's still probably Shaheed. It's close with Jennings just because I think there's upside there. But again, with everybody more or less being healthy, I know Jennings had a decent game last week and seemed like the wide receiver too, but I'm staying away from best I can. So still going to roll Shaheed. Sorry, Brandon. Going to guess that's the Vikings. All right. Oh, okay. So that was a mix-up. I wasn't sure if you were talking if it was because of Rodgers or. Oh, dang it! All right. Okay, Mostert or Akers? Wait. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Mostert. But I'm going to go Akers because I know he's at least going to be part of the game script. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. Whew. Oh, that tickled me. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to be Akers. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. All right, good to know. We'll be Raheem Mostert. Okay. It's going to be Ferguson. Again, McBride's really just gotten lucky, and I don't think this week is going to change it. Oh. Can't even focus now. Hunt or Shaheed? I think Hunt's a lot safer, so I think you have to roll it out to be the best possible option. Completely understand if you want to play Shaheed for the big play, but with the CEH out, it's going to be another split between Hunt and Pirine, and I just trust Hunt to score. So well, and he used to play for Green Bay, so I completely understand it. That's why I was like, I I understood what happened, but I just wasn't sure if it was because the Vikings are also like in that same area and same division, or if it was because of Rodgers. So, all right, Moss or Sermon? Sermon lot more upside. Again, Moss has a really tough matchup, and the fact that he's splitting with Brown doesn't help things. I know the Goodson's there, but I do expect Sermon to see a majority of the touches. Good luck, Miss Corey Lay. All right, Benny. Dottle or Akers? PPR, I mean, only issue here is that Dottle's role hasn't increased. He's had the same amount of touches every week since they decided to start using him. So just because of that, I'm going to go Akers, but I don't like either option. If they weren't planning to use Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott, I might go Dowdle, but until he goes from over 11 touches a game, I can't trust Dowdle yet. Beefink. All right, start 3. Down. That's all 3 of them. Going to guess that's supposed to be start 2, and if that's the case, I'm going to sit Flowers. All right, Carlos. Let's see here. Black or Dalton. That one's actually tough. I think, of course, Flacco is a lot safer, just because of the offense in general. But and Dalton's facing a tough defense, so I'm probably going to go Flacco in the rain. But yeah, it's brutal. I think you have to go with Flacco though. Mora Wicks. I do have. Pretty sure I have Wicks higher. Wicks. More. I literally have them back to back at 18 and 19. So I have more slightly higher, but again, I don't think you go wrong here. I do think Wicks offers more upside again, just and all the weapons that the Bears have. I think Moore does have, like I said, a decent game, but rather just the upside here. All right, Preston. Ramondre, Gibson, or Javonte? Sorry, guys. I'm probably going to go Gibson. Again, it's all messy, but PPR, I like how they're using Gibson. I think it offers a lot more upside. Javonte should have a decent game. I would expect Stevenson to also have a decent game. So I'm just, again, nervous about it and staying away from the best I can. All right, start 2. It's going to be Downs and Tracy Fink. Again, nervous that the Ravens are just going to be able to run the ball, and so going to stay away from that best I can. All right, Chuck. Moister, Stevenson, Williams, Waddle, Yoshivas. It's probably still going to be Stevenson, but it's close with Yoshivas. I think there's a lot of potential upside there. With, like I said, Chase probably saying the best coverage. But want to play it safe, completely understand you rolling out Stevenson here. Yeah, no, I don't like Strange. Juwan Johnson. That's my go-to this week. If you need a tight end, Juwan Johnson. All right, Philippe. Chase Brown, DJ Moore, Pickens, Xavier Worthy, JS, and Charbonnet. Pretty solid. I'm going to go Moore and Pickens for sure. And then it comes a cluster. And I'm going to go with JSN. Mostly because I don't. I mean, honestly, actually, you know what? I'm going to play it safe and go Charbonnet. I like how both of them are used, and Charbonnet should be able to be the second running back when Walker needs a breather, and both seem to be pretty solid last week. David, welcome. Ford or Pickens? It's half. More likely to score. Still think I go Pickens just because I think he's going to have more yards overall, and so that'll help him. Yeah. If it's standard. No, it's still probably Pickens, actually. Okay. Chuck. Downs or Wicks? It's the Spider-Man meme. Yeah, they're the same player in my mind right now. I think I am pretty sure. Yeah. Have Wicks higher. So goes more Wicks, Downs. So they're all right there. Right around 20. All right, Ryan. Josh Downs, Dunze, Ezekiel Elliott, Demario Douglas. I am probably going to roll out Downs. Yeah, just take it safe. Dunze's too big of a mess. Demario, we're not sure what it is. Another name for you guys to think about moving forward. Jalen Polk. Actually looked pretty good. If they need to figure that out. Another good name for you. Brandon Grossman. Okay, back again. Wicks, Kirk, Hill, pick 2. I wish Kirk had a better matchup. So I'm definitely going to go Wicks. It's probably still going to be Kirk just because until the Dolphins show me something, or until Tua comes back, I'm kind of staying away from them. So it's going to be Wicks and Kirk. All right, Chuck. PPR, it's still Downs. I have Leggett 9 spots behind him. So he's still in the conversation, but it's further back than I want him to be. All right, Philippe. Oh, it's more Pickens and went Charbonnet here. Oh my gosh. Getting updates from Sleeper. All right. Yeah, I love Kraft as a streamer. Again, without Dobbs and Watson, they have to have that third option. I think it has to be Kraft. It could be not Jones anymore. It could be Jacobs. Golly, brain got stuck there. But I think Kraft should also, for tight ends, have that opportunity to be something. All right, Rob. Normally it'd be Robinson, but because of the injury and it being PPR, I'm going to roll out Sermon. Woof. Sorry. Don't love any of these defense or their matchups. So I'm going to go Commanders since they looked the best most recently. But that's not ideal. Sorry, Rob. All right, William, welcome in. Start 2. Pittman, Robinson, Akers, Taff. I'm probably still going to go Pittman and Robinson. I'm fine with you doing Robinson and Akers. It's just more nervous about Dare. Okay, so the Texans have been splitting with Dare getting the majority of the usage in the passing game, which makes him more of my long shot for the day and kind of the weakness of the Buffalo Bills. So Akers will be okay, but I think Dare is actually the one who you'd want to have in that backfield today. But you want to trust him more than willing to, but I would personally be going Pittman and Robinson. Point per first down. Okay. It's going to be Whittington again. A lot of opportunity last week. His snap percentage flew up the charts, and Jennings is slowly getting relegated. He had a decent week last week, but I'm sure it's going to be a struggle for him this week. You know, sometimes you're just moister. Woo! Yeah, we're 15 minutes out. Yikes. Don't like how you guys make me feel. All right, Mike. Good morning. I'm probably going to take Flacco here until I see something from Lawrence. I kind of have to. And again, Mahomes, not an ideal matchup. Saints have been decent, and Mahomes just hasn't looked good. Also, doesn't help that they don't have Rice. So, Hill or Etienne? Guessing that's Justice Hill. Again, I think it really depends what you need. Hill has more upside potential, but Etienne is definitely safer. I doubt Hill sees the 6 for 67 like he did last week in catches, putting him at like 13 fantasy points. I know Etienne actually has a good matchup too. So, yeah, I think I still have to go Etienne here just because I think it's more stable. Now here I'm going to go Hill. Talk about things that are stable, Lil J. I do like Justice Hill. I've talked about it. And I do think this is a game that can get away from, or in at least into Ravens' favor. Jennings is on the down slope. And I expect Ayuk to have a good game this week. So definitely rolling it out there. Keep it G, you made it. All right, Walker Robinson. Walker, dude's about to feast. We just saw what he did last week. It's another good matchup for him. Robinson just coming back from injury. I don't love it. Yeah, especially being injured all week, and Eckler now being back also limits him. So gonna roll out Walker. Glad he can make it. All right, Nick, welcome. Gibson or Hubbard. Don't think you go wrong here. If it's any kind of PPR, I'm probably gonna roll out Hubbard. But again, completely understand playing Gibson. I think the matchup's a lot better for Gibson, honestly. It's just the PPR helps Hubbard more in that matchup because I'd expect him to be used as a tight end, which helps when you're under pressure. So Justin, welcome. A nice trophy. Need to Kirk Achan Akers. It's, oh my gosh. Probably going to go Kirk and Akers, but it's brutal. I don't really love. I'm nervous about the Dolphins. If I had any hope, I thought Achan would be it, and then last week he just completely let me down. So, gonna kind of stay away from the best I can, I guess. Tamara, all right. Let's see here. Gibson, Leggett, Dell. I'm probably going to go Leggett. Dell's been dealing with injury, and Gibson's still going to be splitting. Leggett just has a better matchup this week, and in PPR, you kind of lean toward wide receiver anyway. McLaurin or Madison for flex? It's going to be McLaurin. Again, I've talked about how Madison has a horrible matchup. They just held Breece Hall to under 70 yards rushing last week. And don't know if you know this, but the Raiders' offense has not looked good. So until something changes there, kind of staying away from the best I can. Good luck, Raphael. All right, straight cash. So torn. It has to be Ford. The matchup for Ford is just so solid. I understand Robinson has been doing just fine all week or all year, but it's just I can't trust him 100%. The injury makes me so nervous. Yeah. Tommy, welcome. Is that Amon-Ra? Trying to see who that is. All right. Full PPR, Wicks or Flowers? It's going to be Wicks again. I'm more worried the Ravens are just able to run with it. So that terrifies me. Stevenson or Tracy. Again, going full workload here. It's going to be Tracy in any kind of PPR. I like Stevenson, but in PPR, they're using Gibson a little more in the passing game. And especially since he's getting the start, also I think that benefits him a little more. All right. And that's also assuming Singletary's out. Whoa. And then JSN, because it's iffy. All right, Ryan. Dak or Fields? I mean, I would go Fields till I see something. Brandon Cooks being out, Dallas not being able to establish the run, Steelers being a good defense. I just trust Fields a little more. Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, yo, mama. Thanks for making it. Ramondre Whittington, or should I pick? No, not Keon. It's going to be Whittington again. Love how he was being used. His jump in usage definitely makes it worth it to me. So Stevenson's probably your next big pick. Again, it's just so safe. Would expect him to have over 8 fantasy points this week at least. That's being pretty conservative. Woo! 10 minutes? Damn it, Bobber. All right, pick 2. Moore, Shaheed, or Wandale. It's going to be Moore and Wandale. Again, just nervous about Shaheed. I don't think Carr has enough time, but Shaheed's a big playmaker. All it takes is one. Seen it every week, it seems like. Dell, Love, or Fields. Don't think you go wrong here. I do take Love just because there's more upside potential. I like Fields, but he has a good defense behind him, which kind of makes it easier for him not to have to throw as much. And we've kind of seen that week after week. All right, Logan. Ford or Sermon. Again, don't think you go wrong, but because I'm not 100% sold on it, I'd much rather go Ford and play it safe. Sermon has the upside potential, but it's just risky. Yeah. Trisha, welcome in. Start 2. Wicks, Sermon, Judy, Worthy. If it's PPR, it's going to be Wicks and Judy. Otherwise, it's going to be Wicks and Sermon. Keep it G. All right. Another one. It's going to be Pittman. Again, I think Johnson's injury is more serious than expected, and he also doesn't have a great matchup. So, rolling out Pittman, even in the rain. All right. Okay, need to start 2 of. Yeah, so it's going to be PPR, it'll be Wicks and Judy. In standard, it'll be Wicks and Sermon. Clear as mud, I'm sure. Sleep. You missed it. I told you on Wednesday, and then I told you again on Thursday. It was McLaughlin. This week, let's see, who is the other one? Probably going to be Groupie, maybe, if he's available, or Dustin Hopkins would be the 2 that I would feel okay on. But yeah, it's iffy. All right, Brian. Stevenson, Madison over McRib. I'm guessing that's supposed to be McBride. Man, getting a bunch of nicknames this week. Yeah, I'm going to roll out Stevenson over McBride. Woof. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, it's going to be Stevenson for sure. Why? Because he only shows up at random times throughout the year? I mean, I like McRibs. They're okay. Oh, this hits so true. It hits so true. Oh no. All right, little Jay. I'm guessing that's Javonte. Still going to take Ford. Just because Javante's in a mess right now, and have to use Ford while he's still out there. Oh, JSN or Amari. Going to roll out Cooper. He has to get it started, right? He has to get going. It should be fine. Has to do something. What the? So the Jets won? Oh my gosh. That's insane. Thanks for the update. No. So the Jets didn't win. Vikings won. Okay. When I left, it was 17-10. So I think it was 10. Yeah, I think they just scored. So had to come down here and do this. That means Vikings are off to 5-0. That a baby? How'd Darnold do? All right, Greg. Ford or Hill? Guessing that's Justice. Still taking the guy with the majority of touches. I know Hill had a good week last week, but the chances of him seeing 6 targets again, pretty rare. It could happen, but I still think I trust Ford a little more. Scotty. All right. Let's see. Johnson or Moore. I'm going to roll Moore. Again, talking about injury just makes me too nervous. I'd much rather roll him out there. Johnson is just risky. I think they have to get it going this week for the Bears. So please help. Wicks or Downs. I have them back to back. So I don't think you go wrong. Really depends on what you need. I have Downs ranked higher because I think he's a safer play, but Wicks has more upside. So again, really depends what you need. The weather also makes me a little more nervous. So if you want to play Wicks, completely understand it, but real coin flip. Gotta be blessed, man. That's a good team to have. Brian Robinson Jr., Ayuk. Thank you. Let's see. This is tough. Brian Robinson is definitely the safer play here, but as I've been talking about all morning, Ayuk has had a 50% chance of having a really good game. 2 times against the Cardinals, he's gone over 20 fantasy points. So it really depends. I think it's going to be this one. I doubt it. They'll play. I mean, they'll probably play again this year, but probably later. And I think that'll favor the Cardinals a little more, but don't think you go wrong. So I'm going to go Robinson to play it safe, but completely understand. If you need the upside, it's going to be Ayuk for sure because Robinson's just limited with Eckler being there. All right, Greg. Tyreek Hill or Ford in PPR? Yeah, I get it. And I agree. I'm going to play Ford, play it safe, do what's easy. Getting near the end. If you guys haven't already, like and subscribe. We'll be back Monday for The Wire. Then back Wednesday for Roster of the People. Thursday, I'm back answering start sit questions. Friday's where you get your money. And then, of course, back here Sunday. I was hoping he threw a touchdown. It just clearly didn't happen. Ugh. Dang it. Well, that's not ideal. But I hit the bet. They won. It really wasn't that bad. It just, again, Jets are a decent defense. Had to wake up and be in London, which also, why? But it started to rain. I mean, there's a lot of things stacked up against him. Also, when your defense scores a touchdown, it's hard to win. A fumble? Wait, so he got the fumble, not Ty Chandler? Oh my gosh. Talks about some BS. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Always have the opportunity to join the Discord. That's stupid. Well, already one game in the book. Well, 2 games now, I guess. Thursday, and we'll be back again because London again next week. Woo! Good luck this week, and appreciate everybody who joined. As always, do it for you guys, and so really, it's the best. Trying to get your questions answered the best I can and help you win. So, with that in mind, everybody, good luck. And as always, remember to keep up the nonsense. Have a good one, guys.